Hey everyone, and welcome back into Occupy Democrats. In this breaking story, it's Donald Trump and not his merry band of deplorables, but the merry band of incompetence. Because if you don't recall, Donald Trump said this about his guidelines for hiring people.
On staffing, how would you run a government to make it more effective? What would be your criteria in choosing the senior administrators?
Track record, great competence. We have to get the best people. We need to get the best and the finest, and if we don't, we'll be in trouble for a long period of time.
Really, Donald? Background? You mean like Pete Hegseth, Fox and Friends host, drunk, on camera, and also an abuser of women, now the Secretary of Defense? But then again, realize he also appointed some gal from the Dakotas who'd never done anything and also took care of her dog, Kristi Noem, to handle...
While Wisconsin awaits a potential emergency declaration from the president in response to FEMA's assessment of this month's flood damage, the agency is under pressure.
FEMA put several of its staff members who signed a letter criticizing the president's overhaul of the agency on administrative leave.
In the letter titled Katrina Declaration, the group accused President Donald Trump and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem,
Such a nasty woman,
of undermining the agency's capabilities and appointing unqualified leadership.
we have to get the best people.
Such a nasty woman.
And that's what happens when you do that. But you know, Kristi loves everybody.
We love everybody. We do.
Not everybody.
Well,
We have to get the best people.
Donald Trump actually spoke the truth. No, he doesn't. And yet what Kristi Noem doesn't like doing, she doesn't like doing her job. This.
Kristi Noem's incompetence regularly rears its head. The response to natural disasters, when we need DHS to work, it unfortunately can't because she doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't seem interested in the job. She's only interested in the photo opportunities. She does not appear to be mad about the failures of DHS. She's not mad about the fact that aid wasn't doled out in a timely fashion, that lives might have actually been lost because of her incompetence and because of the policy changes that she championed. No.
Such a nasty woman.
She's addressing this in the same way that Donald Trump is and the others. It's just, I don't want critical press, basically.
We have to get the best people.
But unfortunately, her position is an important one. These are life and death matters.
Oh, there's more.
And so it kind of is unfortunate for America that she's not committed to doing better in the future. And frequently when it comes to DHS, when it comes to FEMA, time is kind of the essence. In July, the secretary waited 4 days to sign off on crucial aid for Texas flood victims, delaying the deployment of urban search and rescue crews because the FEMA hadn't renewed a contract for hundreds of call center workers because she didn't sign it.
Such a nasty woman.
We have to get the best people.
So in this breaking story, yet another Trumpite goes down because he has no idea what he's doing and everyone knew it. Maybe this decision here at least will save some lives in the future. Check this story out. Breaking news, in quotes, see you never. Internet cheers over Trump officials' abrupt exit. Reactions erupted Monday after the acting head of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, aka FEMA, gave his resignation. David Richardson, a Kristi Noem ally, and of course Noem, one of Trump's favorites, who was criticized after he was publicly silent for a week following floods in Texas that killed more than 130 people, announced in his letter that he plans to step down in 2 weeks. Department of Homeland Security officials reportedly had planned to remove the FEMA chief from the role, according to reports. People didn't hesitate to respond to the news on social media. In quotes, good riddance, Dave. See you never, Representative Frank Pallone, Democrat of New Jersey, wrote on X. Another incompetent Trump official steps down, and not a moment too soon. In honor of his last day, here's a throwback to his defense of his disastrous response to the Texas hurricane relief. Representative John Garamendi, Democrat of California, wrote on X. In quotes, Trump's FEMA director, the guy who replaced the YouTuber, just quit. FEMA has now been leaderless for over a year. This is what failure looks like, California Governor Newsom's press office wrote on X. In quotes, FEMA, you're doing a heck of a job, law professor and author Jen Taub wrote on Blue Sky. In quotes, Richardson should never have been in a position he was unqualified for. At one point, he told FEMA staff, I and I alone speak for FEMA. In the last few weeks, DHS, Department of Homeland Security, refused to let him talk to media, another agency rendered rudderless because the administration does not want to see it function, Professor Don Moynihan wrote on Blue Sky. The one thing that comes out of this story is that Donald Trump clearly learned a key thing to himself in his first term to his second. And that was, don't necessarily hire people that people tell you should be in that position, even if they're Trumpers. Oh, no. Hire only people that are going to applaud and stroke you regardless of how pathetic they are at the job they're doing. Again, not deplorable, but incompetent, which in many cases, like, I don't know, FEMA and ICE can wind up causing deplorable results. And they have. And Mr. Richardson and Miss Noem will not be the last two. You guys like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and whoo, stay frosty.